everyone, and happy Thursday. So it is my afternoon coffee break. Just got Gabe off the bus, and sorry guys, I'm just adjusting you a little bit so I'm not cutting the top of my head off. And I was out on the run all day, not like this, well, yes, with no makeup, but I came home mid through Gabriel's school day, and got changed back into my jammies, and I did a whole bunch of wrapping. Yeah, I'm a little behind here for Christmas, so it was either join you guys for a chat and a cup of afternoon coffee, or paint my toenails, which need to be done. But my back is hurting so bad, pretty much from wrapping, that I opted to take a break here. So here I am, and I did, well, let me grab a baby as I'm talking because, well, Kenzie's sitting behind me there, but I'm gonna bring, the Twinkies and Asir on today, so just the small babies, and there is a method to my madness of chat. So here we have Benjamin. I'm sure a lot of you have seen him, but for anyone who hasn't, Benjamin is the twin bee by Bonnie Brown, and he was painted by Myra's Little Bugs. And I also have his twin sister, Twin A Berlin, who is also by Myra's Little Bugs, and they were out of her personal collection. So anybody new to my channel knows who the Twinkies are when I refer to the Twinkies, and I'll show Berlin in a moment. So, as usual, I lost my train of thought as there was a method to my madness of what we're going to talk about, but I was saying, oh, with the wrapping, yesterday I did try, I did it up on a table, and thinking the bending over on the floor, well, that helped kind of with my legs and getting numbness and the sciatica kind of part of it, but it really didn't. It's still, even just that slight bending and then doing things with my hands. I mean, obviously, if I had a table tailored that was up very, very high and I wasn't bending at all, but I don't have that. So, anyway, so yeah, I'm hurting. I'm feeling kind of old. It is what it is. So, and of course, and I'm very tired because, as many of you know, I've had a ton going on here. There was a ton with the sugar gliders to get the living room straightened out, a lot of business straightened out to even like get the tree up and things like that. So that set me behind, whereas, normally, by this time, I am, well done with shopping and wrapping and just kind of tying up loose ends. But I'm not tying up loose ends here. I'm tying up the big package, so to speak. So anyway, let me show Miss Berlin. And she is the twin A. Isn't she beautiful? She's got her passy in today, and we got her pretty red bow. We did a few things because my babies have come pretty fast. Yes? Never fouls. This time it's a Swiss roll, not a fruit snack. Yes, Gabe, go ahead. One. That's it. Yes. And I'm sure the phone's going to ring next, right? All right. So, but it always breaks my train of thought. My babies all, things came together fast. If you've watched my intro video or any of my beginning videos, you get more of a feel for where I started last, I think March, around there. And in, the beginning babies that I got that were from the private collector in the UK that was selling her collection, and my full-bodied silicone that was, my first order. And then as I see now that I'm in the community and doing the YouTube and everything, that people, I'm not the only one who kind of discovered as I went along what I really like, what I'm really looking for in babies as far as the sculpt, the artist, just, all of the things. So although the first babies that I purchased, I truly did luck out. Like, I know there's some people that, started out and, and I understand first getting in, you're afraid to spend, you don't know what it's going to be all about and things like that too. So, I know, that it does happen where people are just, horrified. They open the box and they're just like horrified at what they see. I didn't have that, thank goodness. I didn't have like some serious disappointment. I just discovered, and quickly, because I was kind of, getting babies, quickly off this woman, in the UK. So I discovered pretty quickly. And, how many months later, it was just the Twinkies were here for Halloween. So I want to say the beginning of October. So it was only like the beginning of October, I think, or right before Halloween, somewhere around there. Yeah, because I was trying to get find Halloween newborn stuff. So it was before Halloween. It was like mid-October when I found the Twinkies. And Myra, whom I, and I say this all the time, as an artist, I love her work. As a person, I think she's a wonderful person. I really enjoy her channel. I enjoy talking to her. She's special, the love and what she puts into her babies and why she does it and how talented she is. So, I found, an artist that I'm happy with. And then, I think it was Myra, who mentioned, if I recall correctly, had said, Kimberly at Kimberly's Cocoon, how unique and adorable Kimberly dressed her babies. And I said, oh, I gotta, if it's somebody Myra's, likes their, photos and the way they dress their babies, she must be really, good. So I went on Kimberly's, Instagram to check out, these great pictures, which of course I found, these very unique, beautifully dressed babies, and just gorgeous babies. And which brings us to Asir. Here he is, and he is a Kimberly's Cocoon baby. Look at that face. Asir is the Sally sculpt by Bonnie Brown, and he's done by Kimberly at Kimberly's Cocoon. Now, if you go on, Kimberly also has a channel, Kimberly's Cocoon, her Instagram. She has a video up on how to adopt her babies. And Asir just is, you know, he was just meant to be. You know, it just happened to be that I, you know, was on a list for his kit, and it, um, I was on there, and she had decided to bring him to life, because, she does her kits as she's inspired to. So, it could have been, I could have been on a list for a kit for 2 years, but, I loved the kit and all the features, and, as she started bringing him to life, I was like, oh yeah, that's my son. So I feel so very lucky and so very, very blessed in that. And then before Asir came, I adopted Kenzie. And you know what? I'll show Kenzie because she's here. I can grab her. Kenzie is also from Myra and was also out of her personal collection. There's my beautiful Kenzie girl. Look at that face. I mean, she is... she's just something else. And again, I mean, look at her. I love Myra's work. So, I love her hair. She has human hair. I love to put it up in little pigtails and bows and play with it. And she's just so beautifully painted. And it just so, seems that Myra and I have very much the same. Okay, buddy, can you shut that door for me, though?
Total, right? The total is like how much money? The total is how much money, right? It said
yes, that's what it is. Oh, the dog's barking. And all right, guys, I'm going to have to stop this for a second and cut and paste because my son did not shut the door. The dog's now in here. I don't know. Maybe I can shush the dog out quickly. Come on. Come on, Chloe. Before. And the cat. Oh, my goodness. All right. So the only reason why I didn't pause that, guys, is because then I have to go through KinMaster and stitch the videos together. And it takes like 45 minutes on there for the project to like export to YouTube. Like there's like 2 extra steps that I have to do. And then I can't use my phone while it's, quote, exporting the project. Like, I can't change that screen, so that becomes a bit of a hassle for me. So, excuse the interruption. I had Kenzie girl. I was talking about her. And, so basically, sorry, I was just listening to make sure my son wasn't, everything was good with him. So basically, my chats are lengthy, guys. But what I wanted to talk about was, I wanted to say, I have a new baby coming. I'm so excited. The only thing that I'm going to share is that it is a boy, and the artist and I are referring to him as the... 3:54, I have work at 4:30. I know, dear. Huh? I know. Okay. Thank you. As the New Year baby. So he's Baby New Year. Okay. So I am super, super excited. The artist sent me a picture this morning. I almost hit the floor. I am so in love. Now I know, again, back to, I have babies coming left and right, all these beautiful babies. And I feel very blessed, for sure, that, I have found babies and artists that I am so absolutely thrilled with, because it's to my understanding by, watching, other people's videos and talking to people and seeing things that, you know, even when people do like spend a lot of money and sometimes still are not, happy. Most of the time they are. I love watching happy box openings. I'm a box opening person. I get very emotional at my own box openings. It's so much fun. I don't know what I'm going to do after Baby New Year, because he's going to be it for, probably it could be a few years. Definitely it's not in the cards for me to just continue adopting, but I'm a very spontaneous person, and I'm, childlike in that way. Not that I'm impatient, but maybe had I been more patient in the beginning, I wouldn't have, jumped in and bought the babies that I now kind of have to sell, which I did, in fact, too. That first Saskia I have, I don't know if you remember, the first one. I had luck on eBay, and I was able to sell her. And I had only posted, she was never on YouTube, either of the babies that I sold, but the Phoenix by Cassie Brace that I had, and that was a beautiful baby. She found a home as well. So now I have Graceland, the other Saskia. I have my Asher Awake, Luca, my Asher Awake. He's beautiful. I have the full-bodied silicone baby boy. And then I also have Brooklyn. Now, she was my first reborn, technically. She is the Jacob sculpt. I don't know the sculptor's name, and it's to my understanding that the artist of her was a master artist that is now retired. I have to pull out her certificate and get the name of that artist off of there. Beautifully done baby, that's for sure. But she is 3/4 limbs on that one. And again, I found my, style of what I really like. And mind you, ladies and gentlemen, I do not have a ton of room in my home or a ton of time on my hands. Yes, you guys see me on here a lot and I post pictures. I'm doing this. I'm stopping in between my day and things that I'm doing. And again, my home is, all the kids have their bedrooms and stuff, but it's not a big house. My bedroom where I keep my babies, it's not a huge bedroom where it's like, oh, I can set up a little nursery corner across the room. It's not that way. You can probably see behind there's a laundry basket that has some babies, and then the Twinkies basket is on a dresser. Azir goes kind of here. Asir goes kind of here and there, and I don't. I'd like to get a Moses basket, and then that can just kind of stay on the end of my bed. And I figure a Moses basket would comfortably fit the Twinkies and Asir. Because, I want them, I have them in a protected place now, but, now I have another baby coming. So, I want to keep them, in safe, places. But again, I don't have that kind of room. If I did have, a little bit larger of a room where even I could put maybe a shelf or something, I don't even know, so that like my first, reborn, that I could have a few that maybe that I don't really, dress and play with, but that I could still quote own them. Even the full-bodied silicone, now he's boxed, because I want to keep him new for whoever is going to be his new mommy. So anyways, that's part and party, and I want to have my few special babies and then come on and have fun and dress them and do things and make videos. If I have so many, then I'm spreading myself too thin. And I just don't have, the time, and again, so anyway, that's my, I don't know why my brain works the way that it does. And if everybody, who anyone else thinks the same way, but that's, more or less my feelings. So originally the chat, which took me like 20 minutes to get to, I'm so sorry, was, really supposed to be about everyone and, getting your own beautiful babies that you love and you're happy with. Because if you see my box openings and how happy I am, and if you could know the joy that just having these beautiful babies brings me, if I'm having a stressful or bad day or a long day, or like today, I'm in a bit of pain, I needed to stop and take a break, just having the babies in my arms for a minute, even if it's just walking past and just looking at them or just picking them up for a minute, it's just so nice. It's not as good as stopping to hug your kids or something like that, of course. I have children and they bring me so much joy too, but sometimes the kids are the source of the stress. You know what I'm saying? So it's again, it's I love it, and I want every reborn mommy to feel as so much joy and happiness and feel like they have the babies of their dreams. Okay, well, how do we achieve this, folks? And I'm sure, some of I'm guessing everybody that has a Kimberly's cocoon baby and a Myers little bugs baby knows how I feel. And I'm sure that there is many great artists out there. I see lots of you out there on, YouTube and Instagram with gorgeous babies. And, even some people that are on that maybe, don't have the money to spend on a, expensive baby, but they do their best to find a baby that they bond with. It's not all about the money. It is if you're getting into a certain, place. I don't even know how to explain that. There's people on here that take so much care and pride, in what they're doing. Their babies are just as beautiful, even if they were boo-boo babies or whatever. It's just about what you put into it. And the only thing I can say and recommend to people that have gotten, bought secondhand and tried to go cheap and then, were not happy, my advice is to save and to stick around in the community, even if you don't have a baby for a while and you have to save, and stay around and learn and get to know people, get to know artists and get to know people. Because first off, sometimes babies come up for sale that are secondhand, that are more reasonably priced. Even private collectors, a lot of them I see will, post, they'll give you a payment plan. I would on any of my babies. If I truly had someone that was just like, this is just, my dream to have this baby and it's going to take me 8 months or a year to pay it all, as long as they were actually serious and they put some sort of deposit down, I would have no problem with that. I want to see people happy. I'm not giving away the babies that I have for sale. I work hard myself, and that's, that's not, I'm not going to do that, but I'm certainly happy to, make it possible. And there's a lot of people that will do that. So like I said, stick around and get to know, and don't jump in so fast. I made some mistakes in the beginning. I'm lucky that I had the woman that I had that had so many and of such high quality, so that I didn't, lose a fortune here, Anyway, and please, people, bear in mind, because, I had Graceland, the one Saskia, up on Instagram, and I was getting like bombarded with messages, like, people begging for the doll for free, people asking, time wasters, asking, all sorts of questions and pictures, and then they only have like a quarter of the asking price. Okay, we'll put that down as a deposit. You could pay her. Oh, no, I can't spend, well, then why you were told the price up front. What, it's not right to do to a private collector, and it's certainly not right to do to an artist. Respect the artists, people. In the grand scheme of things, these artists are not making a lot of money. Go look up what it costs just to buy a blank kit of your favorite kit, say the Saskia, take an example, or whatever your kit, is that you love. Just look up the blank kit alone, and then look up a good glass eyes, assuming that you want, you're looking for, that kind of, gorgeous. Look up the best mohair and how much that costs per ounce. Look up what these paints cost, and supplies and brushes, and just everything. Even the clothes they dress them in. Just look up a few of the big things, like just the kit, the eyes, the hair. Look up some things, and then think about the time that goes in, that these artists put in, and what you get paid an hour, what you would expect. I mean, again, it's, you can't insult these people. So, many of them will do payment plans, and so yeah, I was terrified, and I had, people messaging me first off with all kinds of, sob stories, and, women saying, well, they lost a baby, or this or that, and that's terrible, and that's very sad, and of course I pray for those people. If some of them may not be telling the truth, some of them may, whatever the case may be, but that's still not, like, I just thought that was really wrong on the Instagram. Like, you're gonna go on someone's Instagram, it's like scrolling on someone's Instagram and seeing them say, they're sitting on the beach in a chair, and you see them, their jewelry they have on, and you look and you say, oh my God, I love that diamond ring. I've wanted one like that. And you message them and say, can I please have your diamond ring? I never married, or my husband left me, and we could never ever afford something like that, and I've wanted one my whole life, and I promise I'll keep it shiny and new and send you pictures and love it and enjoy it. Can I please have it? Would you do that? Well, it's the same thing. To go on an artist or a collector's page and then just start asking them for their belongings. Because I've had this happen, not just dolls that I posted up for sale, but I've had people just going on my page and asking me to give them my babies. What's that? Come on, people. Again, you're just gonna scroll through somebody's Instagram and pick out their possessions that you like, and then start messaging them, asking them to give them to you, and your sob story of why this perfect stranger should just give you their things. It's not right. Then I worry about the young girls. I've had messages, oh, I'm 11 years old and I can't afford, a reborn. Can I please have this doll? And they're, that's really, really scary. Yes, it's rude. Yes, they should know better. Yes, their parents should be monitoring what they're doing. But more so than anything, that's terrifying. You don't know who I am on the other end. Supposing a pedophile sets up a site with dolls on it and says, all right, I'll give you the doll, but nobody can know about it, and I'll meet you here behind a store. Some of these girls might be so excited to get it. It's just dangerous. It's just flat out dangerous for young girls to be on messaging people that they don't know who they are. And of course it's disrespectful and rude, and I'm sure they waste artist time and things like that. So that's scary, that's scary. And then the people that are just, asking for, free or next to nothing, is just, I mean, that's grown women, and people should know better. I'm sorry, but, again, you wouldn't scroll anywhere else down Instagram. Or maybe these people would, I don't know. And, or whatever. Oh, I love the purse you're carrying in that bag. And, I grew up not having a purse my whole life. And, I want one so bad. Can I please have yours? What? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Maybe that puts that in a little bit of perspective for anyone who may watch. I'm sure anyone who does that and is watching is thumbs down or whatever. I don't know. But again, maybe it will put things in perspective. That you can save, you can work, you can, go on a payment plan. I know one reborn mom, and I know it's probably okay to say who it is, but I'm not going to, just in case. But, she had admired a reborn that someone had in their collection, and that baby came up for sale. And, well, this person was on a budget. Her and her family were on a budget. She went out and got an extra job and delivered Uber foods for I don't know how long it was, a few weeks, a few months, however long she did it for the extra money to buy the baby that she wanted, that came up for sale, that she had been admiring. Where there's a will, there's a way, and this person has a child and a spouse and a life, and I just thought that was fantastic, and I admired. Obviously, the person, sorry, I was just looking at the time on here. Obviously, the person, accepted a deposit and let you pay off, or however they worked it out. I have no idea, but I just thought that was fantastic, So, again, when there's a will, there's a way, and be patient and stick around and save some money, and don't, be rude to artists and collectors and waste time when you don't have money to spend. But nothing wrong with, of course, watching people's Instagrams and seeing the work that you like, and the type of babies that you like, and the sculpts that you like, and the artists that you like, and, again, finding a way. So that's my advice to everyone, who's new or looking, wanting to get a baby. It's not worth to spend, not spend enough and look and know in your heart that you're not going to be happy when you get that baby. You're better off to be patient and have one very special baby than a couple that you're not happy with and you're always longing to, get something else. So, all right, I hope it was at least a little helpful, my ramblings today, right, Mr. Asir? And I'm glad I was able to bring the Twinkies on and Kenzie on for a minute. And of course, I'm so excited about Baby New Year. There will be another box opening, and I'm so very excited. And that's it. I don't know if I'll see you all again before Christmas. I did post my little Christmas tour last night. I hope everyone enjoys that, anyone who's interested in seeing my tree. And I hope everyone has a safe and happy holidays. And it's time. I gotta go drive my daughter to work and get on with the day here. And that's it. All right, everyone. God bless.